Hello, everyone, and welcome to our program titled All Things Energy for IBA Members. My name is Carrie Shepard, Marketing Analytics Manager for APPI Energy, and I am your moderator for today's webinar. Please note that all participant lines are muted. Please submit questions anytime during this session by using the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. Our presenter today is Jamie Poland, Energy Consultant with APPI Energy. Welcome, Jamie. Let's get started.
Thank you. All right, well, here's a little bit about me. I joined APPI in 2018. We focus on developing purchasing strategies, monitoring the markets, contract negotiation. That helps you establish budget certainty for your facility and eliminates the risk of high energy costs. APPI has been endorsed by the IBA since 2006, and we currently have 211 of your fellow members contracted. I graduated in Virginia Tech in 1998 as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go a little bit over the industry. We're going to talk about our procurement process and briefly touch base on our new energy solutions division. Many people often wonder how electricity gets to you. You have what's called your distribution utility, which in Illinois would be Commonwealth Edison or ComEd, and Ameren. Those are the state-regulated distribution facilities that get the power to you from the end user. In addition to the power, there's the supply and transmission side as well. In Illinois, the supply piece of the bill is what can be negotiated with a third-party supplier. That helps lower your overall costs and in the long run, save you money and give you budget certainty. Once it goes from the supply and transmission side, it gets distributed across the state lines and ends up at the end user. As we said, we're going to go over a little bit about the industry today. So we've chosen to take a look at the PJM wholesale market, which is Pennsylvania, Jersey, and Maryland, with part of Illinois in that. On the top side, you see the day-ahead average price over the past 10 years. We look at this, and this gives us an idea of when a good time to procure for our clients' future energy costs is, as well as gives us an idea of where the market trends are. You can see many peaks and many valleys going all the way back to 2009, but you can see it start to level out during a mild winter season in El Nino over the winter of 2015, and now we're back in a low spot here in December of 2019. This helps us give a better idea and educate you as to what you're looking at, and when there's a peak, more than likely we would say let's wait till there's a valley. Natural gas is a huge driver of where the electricity comes from for the pricing. Historically speaking, you can see natural gas is within an all-time low. It has only been this low 4 times in the last 10 years, which means that currently costs that we're seeing today are going to be more than likely lower than where you're at, helping capture a little bit of savings for you, as well as continue your budget certainty. Here we have a sister company called the Energy Research Council. That company helps with benchmarking historical pricing, gives us trends for forward pricing curves, as well as gives us insights for when to buy and how long you should buy. We take this information, we collect and analyze it, and we look at competitive supply prices across the board, and that helps to make an informed buying decision. In Illinois, this is an example here of the week ending in October 2019. So this is called the deep blue sea chart, we call it. And here you have a high price and a low price offer as a supplier, and then the average in between. So you can see that since January of this year, pricing has come down, roughly almost a half a cent. This gives us an idea of to where you are when we give you supply pricing. Going down to the bottom left, that's the average benchmark price, and where it's differentiated from 0%. You can currently see right now we're 6-7% lower depending on how long we're going. And that's going to give us an idea of how long we should make a recommendation for you to procure your next upcoming energy cost and supply agreement. Here's the utility price to compare. Now in Ameren updates its utility price to compare, which is if you were with the Ameren utility for supply, every single month. This creates a market where highs and lows, you can see it goes ups and downs, but it also doesn't have any ability to give you any sort of budget certainty. You don't know what you're going to be paying each month. You don't know what the price is going to be. But over the last 5 years, that price has averaged 5.82 cents per kilowatt hour, as you can see there. When we get a supplier price in, you can see here supplier pricing is much lower than the average price to compare. So in this example, if your facility or your bank was with Ameren since 2009 or 2014, you would be paying an average of about 5.82 cents. And now you could procure a supply cost coming in as low as 5 cents or even lower. Remember, this is just a benchmark average. So let's touch base a little bit about our procurement process. When we get in touch, we take some information for you. We create your customer profile, which is where we take a look at rate classes, load factors, anything going on within the bank. We look at the price trends of your market, and we gather up some information from you. This would include a copy of recent bills to kind of help build that profile. Then we submit this to the utility and to suppliers so that they can look at your historical usage data and help build their profile on their end as well. APPI has vetted 36 suppliers and approved them. That means that we like their contract terms, their contract language, the pricing that they provide for our clients, their customer service, kind of an all-in thing. There is no cost for our services. There's no obligation for our services as well. Once we get this information, several days later, we do a pricing discovery. That's where we take a look at the wide net of pricing supply price that we've been receiving, and we kind of narrow it down on select terms. Maybe a 36-month term is a good opportunity, but a 39-month term is slightly lower. So we take a look at that information and we make a recommendation based on that information of the wide net that we cast out. This gives you budget certainty because the price that we go after with the suppliers is a full fixed price, meaning every component of energy is locked in that number for the term. For negotiating a contract, that just simply means maybe some facilities know that they're going to be adding a bank down the road or removing one. Maybe you request some add delete language, things that we can take offline for questions on that. But when you need specific items put into the contract, we can negotiate that as well. Once it's done, it seamlessly rolls into place, starts with the next term and or the next meter read. And we always advocate for you as the client, never for the supplier. Here's an example of our pricing discovery. In this situation, this customer was looking for a contract starting in June of 2020. So the wide net that we casted out, we chose to take the top 8 here and look at the different terms anywhere from 12 months all the way out to 48 months. This customer's usage profile was such that the near term, the 12-month term, happened to be the lowest. That's why it's highlighted, because it's the lowest term on the discovery. The 48-month term there from Hudson is the most unfavorable. So we do that to show you, the gap in how far away each supply price is. Again, though, we always advocate for you. We never advocate for a supplier. So the term that you select is entirely up to your facility. Should this person want a 24-month term at the 4.8 cents instead of the 12-month term, we would help them get that rolling into place as well. As being a client of APPI, you have an entire world-class customer service team that's here for you. This customer service team helps get the interactions with suppliers for you if you have a billing issue. And instead of calling a call center, you simply get in touch with myself or with one of our customer service teammates. They're able to handle it for you instead of you having to take time out of your day to do that. They keep a look at the markets and they inform us when a future opportunity to lower your cost or continue your budget certainty is arising, so that I can get in touch with you as well for a renewal agreement. Maybe you have a facility that hasn't had an agreement yet, something of that nature. They monitor accounts for customers to make sure if they're tax exempt, they haven't been paying taxes. And sometimes when they are paying taxes, we're able to get some tax refund money for them if they were tax exempt. And of course, as mentioned earlier, the seamless supplier transition means that they make sure that any agreement that you go into for a future start date seamlessly rolls into place at the next meter read. Now let's touch base on our Energy Solutions division. There's a lot of information in this, so anyone who's interested in discussing this further will definitely take this offline. But we've created this Energy Solutions division that does a powerful and holistic approach to energy management. Things like helping reduce the demand. So, a large factory helping reduce their energy demand. Reducing overall energy costs with supply pricing. Increased sustainability. Maybe some places have some sustainability goals, whether it be through wind or solar. This division helps get that. They evaluate all the processes. They do facility audits, and they help implement the solutions. They also take a look at tax credits, state rebates, anything like that may be beneficial in the process. Some examples of some energy solutions: LED lighting. Now, this is a little bit different than just an LED light bulb. This would be a whole retrofitted LED kind of piece put into the light, whether it be a fluorescent light switched over to an LED. Combined heat and power, demand response, those are about the top three. Then, of course, utility bill management, solar, things like that. Again, if anyone has any interest, that would be definitely something we could review. APPI has been around since 1996. And since then, we've gathered up over 15,000 commercial and industrial accounts under contract. In Illinois alone, we're standing at 999. Hoping one of you could be the 1,000th, but that's where we're at, 999. As far as the amount of power that APPI manages, that's 10 billion with a B kilowatt hours. We also do natural gas procurement for our clients, and currently we manage about 18 million decatherms of natural gas for our clients. We have 158 affinity endorsements, similar to what we have with the Illinois Bankers Association, and we have 42 employees with a headquarters in Salisbury, Maryland. And that will be all for today. If you have any questions, please feel to reach out at this time.
Thank you, Jamie. At this point, we do invite participants to ask questions through our webcast system. If you have difficulty sending your question, please email them to Jamie at jpoland@apppienergy.com, as you see there on your screen. Jamie, we do have a couple of questions for you.
Okay, great.
What if a member is currently in a contract and they know it does not expire until October 2022?
Okay, so that's an excellent question. If the contract is far out, meaning outside of, next month, we always recommend taking a look. Now it's December of 2019 right now, so October of 2022 is a little far away, but 90% of our profile and our clients in our portfolio start to look at their renewal or their future terms 18 to 24 months away. So what would happen in that situation is I would be in contact as an introductory report, and then in, say, October of 2020, we would have a discussion. APPI and myself would take a look at the current market, see if there's an opportunity there based on what the current situation is with the future situation, and go from there. But like I said, 90% of our portfolio explores their options for future terms 18 to 24 months out.
Thank you. Another question we have for you. With the new solutions division, can you explain in a little more detail what an optimal lighting retrofit client may look like?
Yes. So An optimal retrofit for LED would be a client who has a long burn time. Unfortunately, the banking industry, being that it's operational on certain select days for certain select hours, isn't super optimal. Although there is the ability to do LED lighting retrofit, the return on investment is a little bit longer on the banking side. But an industrial manufacturer, somebody who's open 24/7 with the lights on all the time, at the long burn time of the light, that is an optimal LED retrofit client.
Thank you. It looks like at this time we have no further questions for you. We'd like to thank everyone for participating today. A special thank you to our presenter, Jamie Poland. Today's program is copyright 2019 APPI Energy with all rights reserved. This concludes today's program. You may now disconnect. Thank you.
Thank you.